Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be reviewing the Babolat RPM Team tennis string, which is the string used by Carlos Alcaraz. I will mainly be comparing it to the Babolat RPM Blast, which many of you probably know already. So is the RPM Team really an upgrade from the RPM Blast? Let's dive in and find out. But before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more gear reviews and tennis content. Let's get into it. So when I was stringing the RPM Team on my Babolat Pure Arrow at 48 pounds, I immediately noticed something different. Unlike the RPM Blast, the RPM Team doesn't seem to have that oil coating on the surface of the string, and the surface is still sleek though, and this helps with the string movement and snapback between the main and the cross. Right off the bat, the RPM Team feels very similar to RPM Blast in terms of playability, but just not quite as lively. So honestly, I would describe it like this. The RPM Team feels like RPM Blast after 2 hours of play. It's still solid, but it doesn't have that same pop or explosiveness that RPM Blast has when it's fresh out of the stringer. So let's talk the power and spin. I think the RPM Team does a great job like pocketing the ball, giving you a good drive and some solid power. On the spin, it's on par with the RPM Blast, but I wouldn't call it like a spin specialized string. It doesn't have sharp edge or extra bite, so while you can generate spin, it's not extreme like Restring Zero or Toro Line or even Tour Bite or Hyper G. Also, I know a lot of people say the RPM Team is a softer RPM Blast, and that might be true after a few hours of play, but in my opinion, the fresh RPM Blast actually feels a little bit softer than the RPM Team at first. The key differences: the RPM Blast starts out softer but gets stiffer once it lost its snapback and the coating wears off, but the RPM Team, on the other hand, gradually becomes softer and bouncier as the tension drops. So one of the best things about the RPM Team is its consistency over time. Unlike the RPM Blast that feels amazing for just 1 or 2 hours of play, and then it changes a lot. It changes every hour. The RPM Team maintains a better tension maintenance and a more even performance throughout its lifetime. You will still get good playability even after 5+ hours, but when it starts getting loose, that's when you will notice it, especially with depth control. That's when I start hitting some flyers. When it comes to control, especially directional control, the RPM Team performs really well in my opinion. I felt confident redirecting heavy shots and placing the ball where I wanted. As for the depth control, it was solid at first, but again, once the tension dropped, it became harder to keep the ball in the court without overhitting, especially if you aim to hit it deep inside the court to the baseline of the other side. If you are someone who control the depth with the spin, again, it's the same problem, because at first the spin was okay, but when it lost tension, it get bouncier. You got a lot of power from the string bed and it launched the ball, so you cannot like keep the ball in the court with the spin anymore. So if you're a player who relies heavily on depth precision, just be aware of that trade-off over time. I think the string is very suitable for Babolat rackets, especially a pure drive, a pure arrow that have like a firm and hollow feel, has a lot of feel because the string itself is pretty muted. So if you put this on a foam feel racket or like soft racket, it will be too muted in my opinion. So my final thought to wrap it up, I think the RPM Team does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's like a more durable, consistent version of the RPM Blast without the crazy drop off in performance after the first hour. You trade a bit of explosiveness and that magical feel that the RPM Blast has in the first hour, but you gain longevity and consistency over time, which is a big deal for the game and for many players as well, especially recreational level who cannot afford changing the string every time they play, unlike the pros. If you're someone who loves the feel of the RPM Blast but hates how quickly it changes, well, give RPM Team a shot. You will like it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. If you have tried the RPM Team yourself, I would love to hear your thought. So this video is pretty short. I'm happy I can keep it short, unlike other videos that getting longer and longer. Well, I'll catch you in the next video.